You only ever believe what your own mind is capable of believing. When your brain starts to wake up, timelines overlap. Memories, instincts, deja vu, all bending together like a script written long before you arrived. If you believe in coincidences, that's all they'll ever be. If you believe you're a part of something bigger, a design, a message, a puzzle, then that's exactly what it becomes. The truth is, our minds were never built for happiness. They were built for survival. Every thought we have comes from programming millions of years old. And yet here we are, trying to evolve beyond it, trying to find some meaning where our ancestors saw a threat. Maybe we're not separate at all. Maybe we're just fragments of one larger brain. Call it God, science, consciousness, whatever name feels safest. The only thing that truly connects us beyond language and time is pain. Pain awakes us. Pain unites us. Pain reminds us that we're still part of something living. So when you see the signs, the patterns, the repetition, ask yourself, is it just coincidence or is it memory? Because in the end, there's only one truth. Everything else is just a story our mind tells us so we can survive it.
Well, I don't know, Elon. It does seem like NASA's really giving you a run for your money now. Like, they seem to be in this. Like, before they were fucking falling behind because they were all, because of the whole America thing, right? Like, they were kind of all over the place. But they did pull it together, right? Because of the Professional Bullshitters Club.
Oh, you guys, we already proved too many of you chip me. There's too many chips. That was the problem, right? Which fucking direction am I going? Fuck it, right now. Right? That's where it's malfunctioning. Right? The chips and that, like the barnacles. Like, for God's sakes. Like we're so far past ridiculous.
It's so today I was talking about, like, I'm like, okay, I want to back off using marijuana or whatever. Today during the day I don't use it. Like, I've been crying all day. I'm completely sober. It has nothing, it's not that. I've realized that where a lot of this comes from is that, so my daughter was here on the weekend and I can't be emotional. I can't cry. I have to hold in all my frustrations. Why do you guys want to be told off? Because you put me in a bad mood again with this fucking alien crap stuff, right? But we're back to the Middle East and we're gonna talk about this fucking God, religion, lie situation, right? And Devil's Night, October 30th. It's the only game on the planet, globally, where you'll get exactly what you deserve. Exactly what you deserve. What does that mean? Scientifically proving global to the highest level of the pyramid, reincarnation, scientifically, that would be a pretty big deal. That would be proving life after death, which would be proving God. That would be door number 1. It's a little bit far-fetched. What was door number 2 again? Because the third, hey, I'm not actually getting paid to be an actress. All the bullshit that's been going on for fucking too long, right? But we're gonna put it in a logical standpoint for these fucking idiots, right? Okay, so let's go back to logic here with the God thing. And, you know, life and reincarnation, how this has all come together, because we've proven the need for both God and science together. So the people that were all bullshit, right? Like, God doesn't want you having technology and blah, blah, blah. You're full of shit. And then the people that don't want to believe in something bigger than themselves, right? And then, I don't know if God exists and I don't want to fucking, and you know, kind of not believing in the God thing, you've been proven stupid too. And that's pretty fucking ignorant.
Well, apparently I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist. He's dead.
So that's where the science, so, right, we've proven both. So I'm fucking over this because I'm fucking in a bad mood again. Why? Because I see all this shit. And the logic that comes from this. So let's go back here for a second, right? Let's go back for a second and talk about this logically. The Bible, whatever religions are millions of years old. How were they written? By humans. How were most of them written? By men.
Yeah, it's all a lie. I'm working with a group of liars. Oh, I think right now it's Costello and Chester. Right? And the majority of that time, you got to think about, you don't want to believe in evolution, you don't want to believe in all of that. Let's just think about this from a logical standpoint again. These people were writing these things for their control that we've followed, right? Most back in the day, right? When whatever cultures, whatever stuff, men were marrying young girls at like, how old were they? How old would have been Mary and all that shit? Probably like 13, right? 1971, you're a metal pig. See, I played the coolest to myself, and then I go, why'd I do that? Oh, now I know. I'm just a pig. Why? Because of their insecurities, because they didn't want a man, like anybody else. They need to be pure. They need to be this and that whatever, right? Because of this belief. What is that actually, though? In insecurity. An absolute insecurity. So they write that in the Bible. Oh, you're not, God doesn't, you like, you're going to be punished if you're going to be divorced, right? It's 2020, and then what am I getting out of this marriage with you, Garnet? Like, come on, let's like step it up. So we're not talk about the reincarnation thing and how people are actually connected. We're gonna leave that out for a second because it's a lifeline thing that a lot of people probably can't comprehend at the moment. So let's just bring this back into real world scenario. Real world scenario now, in one lifetime and one thing. Okay, so you're telling me you're gonna actually make me believe this bullshit, right? Because that's where we're at right now. So let's say, so I have a lifetime of abuse. I'm abused by all these fucking people, men and women, but so I've started getting sexually abused by my stepfather. I'm abused more, so what am I attract more abuse, but I'm a good person. So I do everything right by God, right? I'm a Catholic. I get married, I serve my husband, I do all that. I discover in this process, right, that my husband's a cheater. I have no opinion. I'm not allowed to do anything, and I have to live a life just to serve my husband. Which one's Tom and which one's Jerry? Right, fuck you, Jerry. All the moms killed their children for sure, right? But in particular, the moms killing off the sons. And like, no, this is the battle of the sexist things, boys. You're on your own now. We're fucking winning this. Well, we got Leo in and Tom Alec, so alright, fuck. Secret of all the cults, right? It was just easier to lump them all into one, right? Because I was getting there was too many meetings, like way too many fucking meetings. So the more deaths, the more power you get if you're tapped into that. So like, you guys, I'm really mentally ill, so like I think I'm haunted or I am haunted, whichever one, right? You still have to work to get the money back. It doesn't matter. So do you have to pick Pope Francis because he's your boss, or can you pick Stephen Colbert because of like you want to have a sense of humor, or like how does that work? That's where the transformation comes from. How did my plastic surgeon do? Am I looking more female? Am I? Think so. Because what's the next level of this so people understand? And like, it's my head, right? So I can make you up, right? I can make up whatever version I want of you. It's my head. Plus, I was diagnosed with all these mental illnesses, and since there wasn't actual real help, when I needed actual real help, I became better at fiction. What do they do with those Oscar things? Art therapy. I was trying to really get the doctors to understand might be more than just drawing. Well, aren't Kevin and I the best couple in Monet for making the most money on that fucking thing? Like, you shouldn't ask him how to grow hair, right? Isn't he bald? Okay, wait. We're into selling the watches. Now we've moved on from Rolex to...
Breitling.
What?
Breitling.
Brightly?
Breitling.
Breitling?
Like bright light, Breitling.
Breitling. Well, I should know the name if I'm going to be into selling these watches.
So you have the perfect product. You've been working on this. You know it's exceptional, but you just don't know where to start to get it going, to get it sold. Because what's happened, especially now in a pandemic, doing things the traditional way and trying to sell it into the stores and advertising in magazines and newspapers and billboards and kind of all over the place.
But isn't it like English to English? You guys don't even like each other anyways, right? And then what's the thing with the breakdown of the United Kingdom? I don't know. Am I right or wrong? Or you guys all get along?
Isn't the most effective way to get in front of your target market. But what is the internet? It's quite simple. But what are these secrets of the internet, and how are people becoming an overnight success so quickly, especially being so young? How are 20-year-olds, popping up overnight and making so much money? Well, they're doing things a different way. You have to be a little bit more open-minded to change in this world and the time we live in. They're obviously doing something you probably don't know. Do you want to know? We got the secrets. We'll let you know what those secrets are, the truth.
But do you guys get the thing with the turtle bucks now, right? That crosses us over. But Candy Cash is still worth more than Bitcoin or Elon's Dogecoin or the Tesla stocks. You guys get it?
True secrets of the internet. Register today and we'll send you a free video on some of those ways and some of those secrets to get you started. Imagine in 30 days if you could really just learn what you needed to learn. We would just tell you, and you can just build your business online because you've already done the foundation. You have the base of the business. You just need to know what those secrets are. So let's get you started. Let's get going.
Okay, so I didn't get the memo. All right, everybody's coordinated Barbies and they're looking cute, and I'm looking like this. So I don't know.
Well, where are we at with the updates realistically? So we had a security breach. That's why. Well, the internet people, that's on the internet nerds, because you guys are supposed to be the security team. And I had some fucking crazy cunt that was getting through, right, sending me these fucked up messages about MLM business and whatever else and going crazy. She's like, and your fake clues and all that. I'm like, bitch, just because you can't interpret the fucking clues, don't fucking come at me. So that's a fail on the security team's part, which we're going to put on the men. So what did that ultimately lead to?
Yeah, Mike, a super good looking guy. You'd be like the wolf thing, but it said it was like crossing over because it wasn't that ape from the Dubai Zoo that was letting out those other ones, right? That in Mississippi, right? He was the driver,
right? Jeff, what did it lead to? Are you gonna fucking tell him or will I? Right? So you tried to slit my throat, not cool. So, but I've been doing side training, right? That you can't afford. So that's why I was so quick to turn around and slit your throat. So you're fucking out because you've been in charge of the men, right? And look at how fucking well that's going. So now all the men are broke. Nobody has any money. We're not making any money on this side because you were fucking in charge of that, which also represents the men trying to pray to this God thing, which completely have failed, obviously. And that's all on you. So nobody has any money. Every man's mad. You're in charge of the men. We're making no money. The security we had a security breach. What are you guys even fucking doing?
Oh, Charlie, you're gonna be extra screwed when the Katie and the Maggie come together to squeeze you out, and then they just decide to put the fucking Gemma and the Tara together, and then right, them the men will have again no real points, right? Fuck, I told you guys back before alien force field, and the women were drunk with power. None of you believed me, but do you believe me now?
So
19. How old would that be?
Well, you're
that'll
83.
Be 21, so I'll be 46.
Right? Like, what are you guys even doing? I knew you weren't fucking working, right? So now what? Where are we at? So that's the updates. Is Jeff's dead, and he represents all men in business, and you guys all fucking died, right? So we're gonna restart because you guys are making up all this weird bullshit, right? With all the fucking crazy dominatrix stuff, which is an interesting storyline, I have to admit. But until we make actual real money, right? You guys can't, like, you gotta stop playing your little game, and we actually have to do real life shit, right? Because you got it all being sidetracked. What was the real reason I slit his throat? Because he's fucking late to all the meetings.
No, it's like this the big spider coming out of the earth, the Black Widow, right? To kill everybody. That's what's happening. Because everybody took all their positive energy and I take it out of me, cleanse it, and put it into the middle of the earth. Well, that created the big ball, right? That's gonna come eat you guys, right? So it's your own fault. But I am gonna point out, because I have to come back around because I'm doing this thing with the timelines. And then Judy wanted the Cold War back, and then it was because of this. There's no such thing as off the grid. Side note. And then it was the Soviet Union that invented the satellite. And Father up in heaven with the spine. That might bring up the abominable snowman. Sweet works sometimes.
It's all my nerves, actually. Fucking neck. I can't. That's not you. You know what? You're just always on your boat. Fucking, we're having to do all the work, and then you show up fucking late for every meeting. That's the real reason you got your throat slit. But I'm still mad at the security team. Don't let that shit happen again.
Right, pick moon or sun, basically, right, for your local fucking characters. Alright, I've just got a kick to the head from the fucking moon. Am I pissing you off, Jerry?
Have you ever asked yourself why self-care is such a challenge? A lot of times, because of social media, you know, seeing ads on TV in different places, you know, we're bombarded with things with self-care, and we kind of think like, oh, I'm not having my, you know, morning green smoothie, or I'm not, you know, fuck. Hello? Just
R.L. Stein, right? You're dead, right? Over there anyways, but you're like kind of alive, like Stephen King. You guys are right, kind of the same thing. You go, okay, Jack, right? With all the flipping, are you back set? Like everybody in the rehab stuff, and all of us as a mess, and like, because I'm in that too. Like, we're not getting anything done with the ADD, right? That's the problem, and then the body switching. So how are we gonna organize this? Is anybody who's in charge? Like, who's that fucking person coming in with the snobs, right? A fucking helicopter. Right? Is this a real contest? McDonald's coffee's cheaper, it's actually better. But I'll go to Tim Hortons to get this thing up with Canada so I can do a video, right? Fucking Reynolds, what do you got? Oh, for God's sakes. And then I'll post it onto YouTube mixed in with some of the videos from 2020. The biggest problem with this, once you're labeled any type of mental illness, so that we can move this along faster, Canada.
well, that would be fraud. Banks don't. Okay, so we're gonna teach internet safety. This call is a fraud, right? Because my bank wouldn't call me like this. So then they want to, this is how they're trying to get my information, right? And then they get into your bank account and steal from you.
Oh, you guys, like, that's just the base group. All these people are in this house too, so what the fuck?
Because banks don't call you like that. So whoever called me, you just got caught for fraud. Understand? And you guys fucking interrupted my video. You're trying to get on my nerves. Bitch. See? And then somebody called me a bitch. Should I say who it is?
Did you get it? Someone made the whole thing up. All of this.
Fucking game. What game? Well, if you're holding your wedding in space, there's gonna be a big fee, right? Because that's where I'm collecting.
Nah. You haven't earned your way into the club yet. You don't have enough money, probably on the men's team, that's why.
So was that clip part of a conspiracy to get more lines because I forgot them, or did I really just need another marker, right? I guess you'll never know. All right, so boom, we'll operate. So we're gonna say though, this is like, representation of Earth. And then this is space. And there's the stars. Okay. So how are we going to solve this problem, right? Because we got a lot of other stuff going on, right? Why? Well, because the world is always operated and I was sucked into a cult. So few have always controlled the many. So let's just educate on how we're going to get this done faster with the space. Right, so we draw a box around the pyramid. Okay. This marker sucks too. Hold on. At least officially got the bulldog. Right, he's arrested. He's in the cop car.
When I was really a little girl, I now know it's not like I didn't know then, but with this time loop thing, I was told by God I would change the world. I'm not the only one who got that message though, because I can't do it by myself. Isn't it funny that we view this and so many people see this as a game?
Bitches, sugar daddies would technically be the sugar mommies since there's no men, right? So that would be a win for you ladies with the money, but you got to make it come through. The Lost Museum, right? Dick Van Dyke, you're trying to curse yourself. You know, it doesn't matter. You make it to 100 or not, right? You just come in here. So how are you doing with the list?
Right? Like at the highest level, except the reality is before this, like it wasn't that either. Like it had to be reset. Right? And make fun, like, and I had to learn to make fun and play with you back and forth. But I have to be realistic to the word, like calling this something else, but it's fear that holds me hostage, really. Like but also like I can't do anything other than what I'm doing.
It was Peyton first, then Eli Manning. But Joseph's point of this, that was a good point. I mean, what type of fantasy is it? He goes, I don't know, it's not a fantasy football. In fantasy, it's like I have to give the real fucking money here to this, right? They don't win. I still have to pay the money. That's not fantasy. That's just fucking straight gambling. Yeah.
Because I'm seeing the messages, I see the things, and it is scary, right? But it's making me more creative. I'm not the only one though, because that's what it's been. However, I am the only one on this side. I am the only one on this side. I understand. I had to understand that I was chosen to do this on this side, to prove the things that needed to be proven. And it's been an exhausting, difficult process. Of course. I am extremely lonely. But it occurred to me I'd been lonely my whole life.
I don't know, when you guys turn on the clues, right, or like the stuff that's supposed to help. If it gets caught in the tree, I can't get it. I'm a Red Bull. Are people scared?
So it's like I find, like I see my, like I had visions of coming out of a pit and coming out of a changing whatever, right? Like it's where I was mentally. And these ghosts and these spirits that have had to come through that were confirming this information back and forth. Does it freak me out when like these videos and these things are not meant for anyone on my side? One funnel away challenge right now in your world is big. In my world, I make no money. It means nothing. So when I see 3 views, I fucking freak out because I don't want anyone on my side knowing what I'm doing. And I don't know if I'll ever want anyone on my side, because as long as anyone on my side, other than my daughter, is alive, I can't release those videos.
This is why Andrew's really trying to get you off sugar, so that it's like, then no candy cash, right? You don't get any candy cash. Right? It's apparently a dangerous currency. Told you guys this already, right? Fucking murderers, hello, right? Want to get away with murder 101, don't keep souvenirs. Jeffrey Dahmer learned his lesson. You dumb motherfuckers.
At least those ones. For very specific reasons. So, and what is this, what triggers me? Fear. Being in fear all the time. So what am I doing every day? Courage. I have courage every day. Which brings us back to Huberman. What are your intentions here? Because this has been a very slippery slope since you came into my life of, is this supposed to be good? Because, what are you doing? This has been the scariest fucking process. Because common sense says, for 2 fucking years doing what I've been doing, that a lot of people would be watching. Am I dating Bowser now? Right, well, he's a cutie. Fuck that. Again, right? Once the dogs come in here, none of you guys have an actual chance, right? They're taking over, like the dogs, right? With the outfits and the fashion, right? I'm paying attention to them. It's true. So what does that Jason guy say? The girls shouldn't be able to pick their dogs because then they won't give a shit about men? Well, I guess he wasn't wrong. So where are we at right now? Well, you sucked me into this fucking game because you know I can see puzzles, but I don't see puzzles like a puzzle, so that's why I have to have a role in this, and I can't move on from anything until, like I've said, I don't have it in me. Even if I've been hurt and I'm screwed over, I do forgive. This is where I'm gonna have to have faith here that Al Pacino, you're saving me somehow. So as we're building on our story here, right, people that don't understand creativity, art and fiction, hence The Witch, right, that's why we're labeling that. So in 2020, I was crazy, and some people would have been asked, what challenge are you in? It's 2025 right now. Oh, excuse me, this is a beach ball, right? But I still have the red balloon. Everybody in the sewer, bitch. I'm gonna ask that question again. What challenge are you in? What challenge do you believe you're in? Because let me tell you, somebody put you in one. They put me in one too. I had to figure out who. That's part of the game. When people say they aren't gamers, neither was I. Yeah, I'm going to work in a building like that every day, like in a downtown, like that is hell to me. Like there's no part of my dream. That's why I had to learn. What challenge are you in? If you're not sure, maybe you're at a unicorn. It's random.